Hello there, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. For those of you that are new here, I am Mary, and I appreciate you all for stopping by. I wanted to take a look at today at, well, several things as you can see it in the title. There is what's coming up on the November 1st, in which they are going to stop the supposedly, guys, we got to get there to see what happens because you never know. But they're talking about not giving out the SNAP payments for people to get food. Hey, Jackie, how are you? Thank you for joining me. And Kamala said um, she's not done yet. Of course, that could mean a whole lot of things, but I just wanted to take a look at it. And the book, I've been reading that Virginia Giuffre's book, or listening to it basically. And, there, I don't know. I think I got to get a little more deeper into it, but I think that there's more going on underneath with that book than what's on the surface of it is what spirit is telling me. So I'm really digging into it, but I kind of want to know how that's going to affect everything as we go along. Hi, Catherine, Steph. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me. Olivia, thank you so much. Guys, hit the like button. I know I'm late. Just one of those things. It's been a busy day. Oh, thank you, Catherine. So I wanted to look into those things and see what we can find out about that. And one of the reasons, guys, a lot of people, I'm going to say MAGA, not a lot of people, but MAGA in particular, I think, felt that these kinds of things were not going to affect them. But now they're seeing that it is affecting them. And I want to know how this shutdown and as far as people maybe not getting, their SNAP benefits and that kind of thing, how are they feeling now? And of course, if you guys have any questions for me as we're going through this, just make sure you capitalize your questions so that I'll know it's a question for me. Again, thank you guys for being here on such late notice. Okay, so the first thing I want to look at is the SNAP benefits. And see just exactly what's going to happen with that. And as a matter of fact, guys, I haven't used my rods in a while. But I think I'll ask them if people will be getting them. Yes or no. And there may be, because I'm hearing there may be some kind of special provision or something that they may be able to give their people their benefits. Let's hope that that's true. Or maybe even that people will, the food banks and that kind of thing will be able to help people out. Let's hope that that's true. So, but first thing I want to know is if they will receive their benefits. All right. All right, Spirit. Show me yes. Thank you. Show me no. Thank you. Show me maybe. Show me maybe. What does maybe look like? Okay. There you go. Thank you. Okay. So, Spirit, Will people get their SNAP benefits on November 1st the same way as they normally would get them? Will they get those SNAP benefits? Okay, let me ask again. It's not saying anything. Spirit, will people receive their SNAP benefits? I think that's a maybe. That's inconclusive, guys. I like that. Catherine says, absolutely no shopping on Black Friday or Cyber Monday. Okay, so I couldn't get a yes or no from that. So what I want to do now is I'm going to look at the cards and see what the cards are saying. Spirit, tell us about what's going to happen on November 1st, especially with the SNAP benefits. We're looking at November 1st. What will happen, Spirit, with the SNAP benefits that are supposed to be upcoming now for all the people in need that are, wow, cars are jumping, guys, that normally receive their benefits at this time. Okay, let's take a look at it. Okay, we have temperance. So it's like, I don't even think they've made up their mind about what's going to happen with them as far as the regime. It's like they're still going back and forth. They're going back and forth and back and forth about what they're going to do about it. Of course, we know that they're not looking to bring any harmony to the situation because, in my opinion, and this is for entertainment purposes only, I don't have my card around here, but for entertainment purposes only, their whole point is to hurt the American people. Okay, and this is crossed by the Ace of Wands. Okay, so that's telling me that there's going to be some kind of new action that's going to be taken. The foundation is a Knight of Pentacles. Now, that's telling me, guys, that it may be down to the wire, or maybe they won't do it on the 1st. It's going to be slow, but it's possible that they're going to get them somewhere, a few days after, because there's going to be a new action taken concerning that. Then we have the Page of Pentacles. So we're talking about the children. In the past, the children, the women used the money for the children, to feed their children. Okay? And they're looking at that. They're looking at what's going to happen. Then we have the 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, there's a lot of mothers out there that are alone and taking care of the children on their own. They don't have a lot of other help and that kind of thing. And these mothers, they're independent and they're used to taking care of their children through those benefits. That's what's crowning it. And they are waiting to see what's going to happen, as far as that goes. So everybody's kind of like on pins and needles. Then we have the 3 of Wands. Again, we're talking about there's going to be some kind of creative action taking place. There's planning. And there's something creative is going to happen. So guys, we can't rule out that people won't get their benefits. Not yet. We have the lovers. I gotta hide this for YouTube purposes. We have the lovers. Um, yeah, we're talking about people coming together, people working together. Choices have to be made at this time, at this point. They're going to have to come together and make some kind of choice, some kind of decision about what they're going to do. They can't just continue to leave people hanging out here, not knowing whether or not they're going to be able to feed their children. And then we have the Seven of Wands. Guys, women are ready to take action. Okay? The women are ready to take action. They are not going to let this go down and without something happening. Now, this may be where we see women really, get out there and have something to say. I don't think we've seen women like we're going to see them if their children don't get fed. They're ready. And Three of Swords. Three of Swords. So there's going to be some kind of heartbreak, some kind of disappointment during this time. I'm going to have to clarify that. I mean, we all know that if people don't get their benefits, that it's going to be a problem. We know that, but I want to know exactly what's going to happen. Let me pull the final outcome, and then I will work on that. Okay, we have the Page of Swords. Again, a new action, but I feel like with this Page of Swords, although the pages are not really big cards, we're talking about children, but we're talking about swords, and it's like people are prepared to do something, to take some kind of action again. So there's planning going on, guys. There's people that are really searching and looking hard into this. There may be even someone to come out and tell what's really happening behind the scenes that we don't see. There may be someone that's going to, tell us the truth about what's really going on. Well, we know why it's going on, but it hasn't been really put out into the public. We can speculate all we want, but until we get some proof, we're just speculating. But there's someone that may know something, have some information as far as why they're holding up the benefits and that kind of thing. And we pretty much know what that is. We know that has to do a lot with the Epps files. The government shutdown does. Okay, so let's clarify the Three of Swords, Spirit. The Three of Swords. What's going to happen? Oh, Justice. There's the Justice card, guys. So what I'm thinking is going to happen is it's going to take a minute. There's going to be a big uproar. I think that the administration or the regime is the one that's going to have a lot of heartbreak because people in their districts are not going to stand for this to happen, and they're going to have to do something. Okay. And we have Justice. Okay. So trust me, they're going to try. They're going to try to keep it away, but the women are not going to stand for it. And that's it. Hi, Witch Digital and BJW. How's everyone tonight? Vanessa? I think I got everyone. Thank you guys for being here. But I also want to know, guys, how is MAGA feeling? How is MAGA feeling about the fact that they voted and now they're not getting their benefits? I was thinking about that because, some people I know some people that were saying, well, we need a change. The Democratic Party isn't really doing anything. We need a change. So, maybe Trump can bring us that change. Well, I hope they're liking the change that they're getting now because, yeah, it's a change. It's a big change. And I think everyone is feeling the big change at this time. So, good for them. They got what they wanted. So let's see. How is MAGA feeling now, Spirit, that now that they may not be getting their benefits, what are they thinking? We know that there's those hardcore MAGAs that it doesn't matter to them what he does. But there are some that's really going to be hurting because they can't get their benefits. So let's see. Knight of Pentacles. Okay, this shows up again. They know that their money is going to be, things are going to be slowing down for them. Their structure, how they normally live has changed. This is the Knight of Pentacles. They're not feeling as stable as they used to. Wow, we have the Page of Swords again. I think they're going to start talking, guys. They are going to be some of the people that are going to start talking. If this happens, MAGA is going to reach out and let them know how they feel. We have the Empress. They're missing their abundance. They're missing the way their life used to be. Now, of course, we're not talking about all of them. In the past, we had the Death card. So transformation for them, things have changed for them. And look at this card, guys. It's like they feel like he is, he is the king. See that crown there? They feel like he feels like he's the king, and now they have to bow down to him. This is how they're feeling. Then we have the King of Wands. Okay, this is about taking action. They feel like they need some leadership. They need someone to be out in front and take some action. They are not liking the way things are going. We have the Five of Wands. They feel like their whole lives have been turned upside down and things are really chaotic. And can you imagine all this time you've been following him, saying this is what we need to do. We need a change. He's the only one that can make this change. And then all of a sudden your life gets turned upside down. So there's a lot of fighting, a lot of bickering going on with them. Then we have the Queen of Wands. Again, okay, we're talking about women. I think this is women stepping forward, even in the MAGA realm. There's going to be some leadership. We got the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. It's like a partnership. They're going to come together and work together. We have the Ace of Cups. Yeah, they are very emotional now, guys. Can you imagine? You thought everyone else was this didn't include you. You thought that this did not include you, and now look at it. Now you're going to have to bow down. Well, in the past, you felt like you had to bow down to him, and now it's getting to the point where some changes have got to be made, and they are feeling very emotional. They are ready for a new start because it's like it's all spilling over for them. It's all coming out. All these changes that they didn't expect, they're getting. Oh, we have the Six of Wands. So they're ready to really take some action here. And they want to stop what's going on. They want things to change. They want to see a victory. They want to turn things around. Okay? That's about having victory. So I think they've had enough for the most part. Of course, like I said, there are those that will always be diehard, even if they lose everything. And then we have the Four of Wands. So what I'm getting from these cards, guys, is that if they don't get their benefits on the first, like they're supposed to, there's going to be a big uproar. There's going to be a lot of action taken, not only with the women, but men are going to join in on this too, because nobody wants to see their kids go hungry. And if they were used to getting those benefits, they want them. They don't want to have to go to a food bank. They don't want to have to depend on others to give them, what they've had all the time. They want those benefits. Okay. So yeah, we have so many wands here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 wands out of the 10 cards. And then we have, like I said, we have the King and the Queen of Wands. There's definitely transformation change because we have the Death card and we have the Ace of Cups. And those are both about change, something new happening. And the Empress, she's the mother. She's the mother, okay? So these mothers are going to get busy and they want to see some things happening. So this will be interesting to watch, how they're going to react to the whole thing. Like I said, they'll probably get the benefits, but it may not be on the first as normal. Okay. So that's what we're looking at, guys, with those benefits. I want to take a look at Kamala also, guys, because, she said she's not done yet. Okay. That doesn't mean that she's going to run again for president or anything like that. She may just be, want to stay in the public eye because that's what she's always done, and I just want to know kind of what she means by that. She's not done yet. I have a feeling though, she's probably had enough of the presidency thing. That was another question I wanted to ask though, before I got into her. You know what, guys? I'm going to go back. We were talking about MAGA. Let's talk about that first. Let's continue. Okay. Now that they have gotten who they want in office, I can still use these cards. They thought there was going to be good change for them. I want to know, Spirit, if they had to do it all over again, they knew what they know now, would they vote for Kamala? There was always this thing about the fact that a woman can't win, but she won. We know she won. All of us here know she won. But there's a woman can't win if she has any black in her. She can't win. Men do not want a woman over them. Blah blah blah. All that kind of stuff. We need a man. That's what I used to hear all the time, and I still hear it now. If there's ever an election, we got to vote for man. A woman can't win. I don't believe that. But I wish that she would run again, but guys, I don't know if she will. But what I want to know is, how does MAGA feel now about Kamala? How do they feel about her? Do they wish they could change their vote? I'm going to pull 3 cards. And would they vote for her now? Okay, the Hermit just fell out. I think they this is saying that, they've really given it a lot of thought. They've given it a lot of thought now. It's really been on their mind what they should have did, what they could have did, and the Hermit is also a 9 card. So I think in the end they wish they had given it more thought, but that's okay. Too late. Okay. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Again, I'm thinking that they wish that they had given it more thought. Again, then we have the Hangman. All of these things that are showing up right now, guys, they're thinking about it now, and they wish that they would have taken their time and really thought about the choice that they had to make. These are all slow cards. We're thinking about, they're going within, they're thinking about what they should have did. They wish they had taken their time instead of being so sure that he was the one. And then we have the Hangman. I feel like in this case, it could be more than one thing. Maybe now they're enlightened, but they also wish that they would have taken their time. So, one card, Spirit. Would they vote for her now if they had the chance to do it? Well, too many cards. Would they vote for Kamala today? All those people who said she just could not do it, she was not the one. Would they vote for her now? Yes. Empress. If they had it to do all over again, okay, my internet is acting up, guys, so bear with me. Okay, now I wanted to talk about Kamala and what she's thinking when she says she's not done yet. What is she thinking? What is Kamala thinking when she says, I'm not done yet? Well, we really, she's so ambitious, guys. We don't expect her to just sit down and not do anything. That would be, we want to know what's wrong with her. She's done so much already, for California, for, the country when she was a senator, vice president, that kind of thing. She's very smart. Why would she just sit down now? So what is she thinking? 3 of Cups. She is feeling like she can bring people together, especially women. She's thinking more creatively about how she can help. And we have the Page of Pentacles. Again, a new beginning. And she's thinking about the children, bringing more structure to the government, maybe. The 10 of Swords. Okay, so 10 of Swords, guys, is, in the normal deck, it's about having a sword stabbed in the back. But 10s are also endings and beginnings. And she's listening. She's listening in this particular case. And she's talking to people. And she's trying to figure out what her next role will be. Okay? And yeah, she's moving forward. She's going to, whatever it is that she's going to do next, she's going to be very successful at it. That's the Chariot. We have the 4 of Pentacles. Okay, so she's not letting us know yet. She's keeping that close to herself. Whatever it is, she probably knows. I'm sure she does. But she's keeping it close right now. She's not letting the cat out of the bag just yet. And we have the Star. Wow. whatever it is, guys, she's going to do something really, really big. She has the universe on her side. She has her ancestors and angels and everyone pushing her. She is a star, and we will see even more of that. Whatever it is that she decides to do, she's going to make big news. Victory, Six of Wands. Wow, guys, this is making me emotional because I guess in her particular case, she doesn't need to be the president in order to make things happen. She's well known. Like I said, she's smart, she's ambitious, and whatever she's got in her, nobody can stop it. And maybe, I don't know, maybe this was just a test. You know how people sometimes, and I know she feels like that. I haven't read her book yet, but from what I've been hearing, I think that maybe she feels like she was kind of used when she was thrown out there like that. You know, as she looks at it in hindsight, she's kind of disappointed about the way things went for her, and she doesn't feel like people were, stood behind her, or as they should have. So, I think she's got something to prove here. She's a hard worker. Here's the Eight of Pentacles. She's working hard at whatever it is that she's planning on doing, and I feel like with this Four of Swords here, I think she has taken her time. She has rested up from all the chaos that was going on, because remember, as we continue to talk about her in the beginning, after she lost, she was so hurt. She felt defeated. She, and anybody who's went through so much like she did, and she expected to win, and then it was stolen from her, and then she realizes, well, I didn't have enough support in the first place. She was just hurt. Okay, but I think she's ready to come out of this. I know she's ready to come out of it. And we have the Emperor. So whatever she does, it's going to be something big. It's going to be something big, guys, and she's going to make some things happen. She's not going to be quiet. We have a lot of major arcana here. She's definitely moving forward. There's a new choice. She's going to be creative about whatever it is she do, and she can. She can be that way. You know what I'm saying? So we can expect good things out of her. And I don't think she's going to run again, but I'm just going to ask, guys, just for, why would she? She don't have to be the president. There's other things she can do. Okay, but Spirit. Will Kamala run for the presidency in 2028? Will she be a presidential candidate? No. No. She's not. Which is good, because I think there's other things she can do that's going to benefit, that's going to help all of us. You know what I'm saying? So I'm fine with that. It's all okay. We got to see how, or people have gotten to see how easy the country could be torn down. I mean, look at the Capitol. I mean, the White House, how he's, as far as we know, he might just bulldoze the whole thing. He has a chance to do that. Nobody's stopping him from doing anything. He says he's going to build a ballroom, but, we never know what he's really, really up to. And he's trying to tear down the country. He don't like the people, especially since he got those 34 counts. I mean, it's not that he liked people anyway, but now he's really taking revenge for everything that's happened to him. Okay. Now what I want to know, guys, I want to know about that Virginia Giuffre. I think that's how you pronounce her name. What she's written in the book, will that, I think it's going to implicate him, but not in the way we think. I mean, I don't think she's going to come out and say Trump. Like I said, I'm reading it. I haven't gotten to any part where she says Trump did this or he did that. I haven't gotten to any of that yet. And, we did hear him say, somebody said, I don't know who, somebody in his regime, it might have been Johnson, said that, or he might have said that he was so mad at Epps because he stole Virginia from him. And in the book, she kind of says the same thing. Not that he stole her, but that she was working, at Mar-a-Lago, and Maxwell, Ghislaine, whatever her name is, talked to her and got her to come over to Giuffre. So he claims that that's why they weren't friends for a while or whatever. So she did kind of verify that in the book, that she was working there first, and Ghislaine talked her into, she was going to teach her how to do massages. Well, the first person she had to massage is, who, and it wasn't a true massage. We know what it was all about. That book is really interesting, though, guys, if you get a chance to read it. But what I want to know is, how is this going to affect what's in the book? Because I haven't finished reading the whole thing yet. How is it going to affect Orange Peel and MAGA, if at all? All right. So, Spirit, how will what's in Virginia Giuffre's book affect Orange Peel and MAGA? Orange Peel and his friends. Okay, so we know, we don't even have to read the book to know that people with the money were all there. A lot of them participated. So we're talking about people, Democrats and Republicans that are in office at this time, guys. We just, it's just the way it is. So how's it going to affect, let me get the tower right here. How is it going to affect those people that are all standing behind in Trump's corner and won't even open the government because they're afraid of being in there? Page of Cups. So I think they're worried about it. It's emotional for them because they know that if it comes out and they, Cups, we're talking about young people and that kind of thing again. I mean, with the pages, we're talking about young people. So they're worried about that. The King of Cups. I think this is all the men that are involved that are holding, the government hostage. They're worried. We're talking about a lot of emotions going on here, guys. And I say men because for the most part, I'm not going to say hasn't been any women. I have no idea who's going to be named. But for the most part, we know that it was, I'll say, well, we feel like it was mostly men. But if you read that book and how Ghislaine didn't care, she messed with everybody, didn't matter. It wasn't just him, it was her too. So, but there's people that are worried. have the Five of Swords. Yes, they know that they're really thinking about what's going to happen. There's going to be a lot of sorrow. Things are going to happen when this comes out, guys. When people get done reading that book and those names are named, and I'm sure a lot of people have already, but there's a lot of stars that are going to be affected by this. You know, a lot of people that are up in the higher, you know, they got the money that can afford to go over there and pay for his services. And I say his services because Epps was the one that was running the whole show. Here's the Page of Wands again. So some action is going to be taken as far as, you know, what happened to the women. And I'm sure when we talk about the children, again, pages, we're talking about the children. Action is going to be taken. But guys, this is one thing that we have to keep in mind too. Just because Epps has been found out, him and Ghislaine, and Diddy has been found out, don't think that it's stopped, because it hasn't. There's probably other people involved. And I, myself personally, just as my personal opinion, I believe that when we talk about the people that were doing the traffic, we can name, what was the first one that, what's his name? Dang, I can't think of him right now. But we were talking about Diddy. They all knew each other. And Epps, Diddy just happened to be, no, he wasn't the first one. It was R. Kelly. R. Kelly. Guys, don't forget about him. I think that was the first of the totem on the totem pole. Then we got Diddy. Because from what I heard is that R. Kelly lived in one of Trump's buildings or something at some point when he was, you know, of course the parents were like, okay, you know, you can, you know, they were all about the money. But I really think that it started with R. Kelly, and now Diddy, you know, Epps, he's gone, or whatever, wherever he is. I don't know if he's gone for sure, for real or not, but he's not in the picture, but Ghislaine is. And this is not something that's just going to stop. It's going to be other people because this is a worldwide thing. So I believe that when people find out what's really going on with the children and that kind of thing, that there's going to, if there's any integrity left in the government at all, because we don't know who in the government, you know, participated, then, you know, maybe there will be wow, maybe there will be more investigations. Okay, I just got a hit about Kamala. You know, we were talking about the women and the children, and the women, Kamala collaborating with the women and doing some creative things. That may be one of the things that she works on. Is figuring this out. But you know, when we talk about her, right, when we think about Kamala right now, we know that her life, you know, they would do anything for her not to be here. So it's something that she, whatever she does, she has to be very careful in whatever she does. So I don't know how that's going to work out, but if she starts bringing down people, we know she was a prosecutor. That's right down her alley. So if she starts bringing down people and that kind of thing, guys, that may be something that she's going to be working on. I don't know why that was dropped into my spirit, but yeah. We have the King of Wands. I think they're going to watch. all of these people falling. We're going to see a lot of people fall. A lot of people you don't even expect to fall. I think that as you read the book, that's why I think there's some underlying things that are going on. Because when you start to connect dots, if you put one or two or three names out there and you start connecting dots with this person was with that person was with this person, then yeah, a lot of, people are going to start looking at a lot of people and connecting the dots. And we have the high priestess. There, like I said, a lot of unknown information, a lot of things that were kept secret in the past. I think people are going to be able to connect some dots, and people will start investigating. Like I said, I don't know who's going to do it, how it's going to be done, because there are people, I feel, for entertainment purposes only, that are in the government that knew about this stuff. Think about it. If you got enough money to pay somebody like Diddy had, you can buy certain people, I don't want to say what I want to say, but you can buy certain people as long as, you keep them on their payroll. If you're a billionaire, you can do anything you want to do. And so there's a lot of secrets, a lot of hidden things that we may find out that may lead people to, other situations and that kind of thing. I don't know if, but that's what I'm looking at with that book. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of fallout behind that book. What was I going to say? It'll come back to me, guys. You know how I get sometimes. Stuff is constantly entering my mind about, the spirit is constantly dropping things. And then I'm like, oh, but I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about this. But anyway, guys, you guys have any questions for me? I just saw one. Oh, Giuffre. Okay. Giuffre. Thank you. It's pronounced Giuffre, not Goofrey, whatever I was saying. Thank you for that. Yeah. Hi, Linda. Good Trouble. Tabitha. Let me see who I'm missing here. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, YouTube glitch. That's been happening a lot lately. Pippi, hi. Arsenal, hello. Okay. Pam Bondi. Okay, let's see what's going on with Pam Bondi. Let's just see. I don't have a specific question, but Pam Bondi. All right, Spirit. Tell us what's going on with Pam Bondi. Did I hear that he might be throwing her under the bus? Did I hear something about that? Is it Pam Bondi? Guys, if you know, give me a specific question on her. Yeah, Linda, I believe that the whole system is definitely corrupted at this point. Give me a specific question to ask about Pam Bondi. Thank you, Linda. Yeah, you know what? In one of my recent readings, I figured that guys, I'm talking about Ghislaine now. That um, he may commute her sentence, but I got a feeling now that this book has come out, that's not going to happen. Let's see. Oh, let's use these for her. I think if he commuted her sentence now, because they've moved her, that um, he would really look bad if they commuted her sentence right now. So I think he's going to leave that alone because of the book. Tell me, Spirit. 3 cards. Will, orange peel. No, I don't think so. Here's a Tower card. Tower, and then the 4 of Cups. So we got a no and a maybe, but let me just continue on here. I think that ship has sailed. Now that that book has come out. Oh yeah, no. 3 of Swords. That's changed. Okay. Let's see. Christina. Yeah. I think big donors, and I think you're right about that, Linda. But I also think, yeah, that is just people that have a lot of money that he can manipulate and blackmail. That he could manipulate and blackmail and that kind of thing, and those people. Sometimes when people get power, they think they're above the law. And a lot of them that got into office felt that way. I asked if I came from the bloodline of a specific person. Their initials are JC. Are you wanting to know? Would you ask Spirit? I'm still guessing myself. Oh, what bloodline you came from? I don't know if I could get that. I think that okay, this is what I would say to you. If you're speaking to Spirit, to your spirit, and you're really being truthful about wanting to know what you want to know, and you'll know, they'll tell you. And that first answer that you get is not usually the answer. So I don't know who JC is, but I would say if that's what they gave you, I would trust it. That's how I talk to spirit. If you're really, humbling yourself and you really want to know, you get the answer. Um, Christy Noam said that she would take immigrants. Okay. I was trying to see. The world's happiest widow. Okay, you guys are asking me to read on the people, but it's so vague. I don't know. Okay, let me do 3 cards on Pam Bundy and see what I can get. And then I'll go back down the list. Tell me about Pam Bundy. Spirit. Tell me about Pam Bundy. I'll pull 3 cards on her. 3 cards on Pam Bundy. Of course, she's being paid, bought, or whatever, but she is disappointed. She's disappointed about something, and but with this 9 of Cups here, I feel like 9 of Cups is your wishes are coming true, and I feel like she is still doing some negotiating to get what she wants. So she's working with other people and that kind of thing because she's in it for the money. Whatever she's in it for the money, she's getting paid, but she's disappointed in what it is that she's getting out of it. So she's doing some negotiating with other people. And then the next question was, you guys, I'm just doing general readings on them. Okay. Erica Kirk. I'll do 3 cards on her. Okay, 3 cards, Spirit, Erica Kirk. Again, she gets the Tower. The King of Wands. I wonder, some action maybe concerning Charlie being taken or been taken. Okay, Erica Kirk, Spirit. 3 cards. Can you tell me about Erica Kirk? She's doing some balancing. She's doing a lot of balancing, probably because people are paying attention to her, so she doesn't know which way to go yet. But she's also thinking about her relationship, and I think that relationship has to do more with her children, but maybe there may be another, for entertainment purposes only. There may be a woman involved also with her as far as the relationship goes. I'm just reading the cards for entertainment purposes only. Whatever is going on with her, there's still some things that she wants to happen that's not happening as she tries to balance things out. Okay. I have a feeling that she has to be very careful about what she does, and she knows it. She knows that people are watching her. This balancing act, it really comes down to him and the things that went on with him. I think she knows more than what she's saying. She knows more, guys, about what happened to him. Period. For entertainment purposes only. Everything I say is alleged. That's her. And when we had somebody else down here. Somebody else had a question. The whole system is corrupt. Christy Nome. I would like to know where she's from with that name. Christy Nome. Wouldn't it be something if they found out that they were really not who they think they are? Let's do 3 cards on Christy Nome, since she says she would take the immigrants back on her plane. Okay, so that means that she has a lot of money. I don't know a lot about Christy Nome's, but I guess if she has a plane, that says a lot about her. And then I'll read on Mike Johnson. Tell me about Christy Nome. 3 cards, Spirit. Yeah. 7 of Swords. We all know what that is. She's trying to get away with something. Of course, the whole regime is. 8 of Swords, but Christy Nome might be going to jail. What is she doing? What is she up to, guys? In the end, she may see herself in jail. And then we have the Page of Wands. So there's probably going to be some new action taken against her. Something new is going to happen, come out about her or something. And whatever she's doing in the background, trying to get away with, it might end her butt up in jail. Yep. And now you're asking about Mike Johnson. Can you read on Mike of the House is going to get thrown under the bus by Orange, considering that he has been confirmed that he is. Has it been really confirmed, guys? I mean, I know it's out there all over the place, but when you say it's been confirmed, first of all, we're talking about half of a minute. And it's okay. I mean, I don't know why they're hiding it. That's why they are so, they're so against all these things. It's because it's a part of their lives that they're trying to keep hidden. Okay, let's see. Will he throw him? If he throws him under the bus, I don't know if it's going to be because of that, but he might throw somebody under the bus in a minute. Okay. Let us see. Will Orange Peel throw Mike Johnson under the bus? Will he? King of Swords. I would say that's a yes. He's talking about cutting him out. 7 of Swords. Yes. And the Moon. I would say yes. he is probably looking at throwing him under the bus. It's a secret. Now, you know what? When we talk about orange peel doing this, guys, remember, I don't think orange peel is really running anything. We can say his administration, his regime, that kind of thing. Yeah, they're looking at that. But I mean, when you look at JD and Peter Thiel, I mean, come on. Maybe they don't want it to get out that that's how they are, for entertainment purposes only. So, they want to keep things quiet. Yeah, she's going to end up in some kind of trouble, Catherine. That's what I just read on. So Pam Bondi is definitely something that may end her up in jail. Oh, you're welcome, Tab. Were those men on the boat that were bombed in Venezuela, did they have drugs on the boat? Let's see. I'm getting no, but let's see. Did they have drugs on the boat? Venezuelan boats that were bombed. They have drugs on the boat. I got the Emperor in reverse. The Nine of Wands in reverse, and then the Queen of Swords. I'm getting a yes, and a maybe. But the Emperor is usually about, being disciplined and following the structure, following rules and structure. So I guess if I read that in reverse, like I got it, I would say no, because it's like they were following the rules. And then I'm going to say maybe. I'm going to ask my rods about that, though. See what they give me. Okay, center. Thank you. All right, Spirit, the men on the Venezuelan boats that were bombed by the Trump regime, were they carrying drugs on their boats? Were they carrying drugs on the boats? Show me yes or no. Were they carrying drugs? Getting no. Yes, please hit the smash the like button, like Catherine says, please, guys. Thank you. The storm in Jamaica, that is a category 6, where a lot of people die. Tell me about the storm, Spirit, in Jamaica. Category 6 storm. What's going to come of that? It's going to come with that storm spirit. First card up is a Tower card, so of course that means that, you know, there's going to be big changes and all that because of it. A lot of upheaval. And then I get the Empress is crossed by the Empress. Let's just finish laying them out. See what it. Sun. Wow. World. Okay, what I see, guys, is that that storm, yes, it's going to cause a lot of upheaval. And I don't see, what I don't see is a lot of death. But I feel like, see, we have the storm card here. I mean, the sun card here. We have the world card here. We have the Hierophant. We have the Emperor. We have the Tower. These are all major arcana. Yeah, this is going to be a big storm, but I don't see where there's going to be a lot of death. I see that it's going to cause a lot of problems, and people are going to have to really work hard to rebuild. But as far as a lot of death, no. But, and with that sun showing up there, I think this may be something. No, it can't be something good. You know, that's not what I'm saying. But it may cause some better things to happen for them. I don't know if maybe they may get more help or something, the people that are needing it. But with all these major arcana showing up, yeah, there's going to be a lot happening with that, but I don't see where there's going to be death. A lot of destruction, though. They may get help from around the world because of it. I don't see a lot of death, though. Death. Wow, that's a lot of major arcana to come out, so that's something to keep your eye on. Okay. Christy Noam just bought 2 new private jets. She must be, is she born into money? Oh, that's the one. Oh, she's the one. Sounds like she got paid. Isn't that one of the cards that I pulled up, guys? Oh, Brazil, thank you so much. I appreciate you for that super sticker. Thank you. Is she the one? Okay, guys. Whatever happened with that purse, that's why she's gonna end her butt up in jail. She got some money from somebody. Somebody gave her some money. Wow. Says the jets were probably so they can do with what they're talking about with the commercial. She has those jets are going to be used to deport people. Okay. She's going to jail. That's what that card says. She's going to jail. Is it safe to fly during Thanksgiving? Yes. That's what I'm hearing. But let's see. Let's pull a few cards and see what we get. Oh, really? ICE just got a whole lot of money from who? Where's all this money coming from? Us? I don't know. Okay. Thanksgiving spirit, tell us. Yeah, she's going to jail. She is definitely going to jail. Tell us about Thanksgiving. Spirit, will it be safe to travel? Will it be safe to travel Thanksgiving? Will it be safe to travel on Thanksgiving? Safe to travel on Thanksgiving. Okay, of course, there's going to be some problems, but for the most part, yes. I get the Ace of Swords, I get the Empress, yes, yes, and then the Two of Swords. So for the most part, it's going to be safe to travel on Thanksgiving. You know, there's going to be accidents as normal. That's what I'm thinking. Mm-hmm. You need a special prison. I agree. Okay. How could she be skimming enough from the ice till to buy 2 jets? I think that probably could be. They got to have a lot of money for her to buy 2 jets, but maybe they're just in her name. So she takes the fall, you know? Will the Dems win their elections next week? Thinking yes. I have a feeling yes. Will the Dems win their elections next week? New beginning, yes. There's going to be some chaos, though. You know, I'm sure that ICE is going to be out there. There's probably going to be some chaos as far as some of them vote with the votes, you know, ICE watching people and that kind of thing. But yeah, for the most part, yes, they're going to win. What I get is the Fool, I get the Chaos, and I get the Queen of Cups. Yep. Oh, the Wheel of Fortune is at the bottom of the deck. So again, a new fortunate beginning for them. Good luck, good karma, all that kind of stuff. Let's see. Hi, sweetie Millicent. Let me see if there's, remember, put everything in caps if it's for me. Okay. Next week, I think, is going to be a big week. And I think I should read on what's going to happen next week. So we're getting to the end of the month. All right, Spirit. Tell us what next week looks like. Yeah. The money's coming from the government. Yeah. What does next week look like, Spirit, for the collective? What can we expect coming into next week, Spirit? What can we expect for the collective? Can we expect for the collective for next week? We have the moon upside down. Walking away. Okay, there's going to be some things that are going to come out that we didn't know about, secrets. We're going to find out some more new things. We have the moon here. Okay, and then we have the Eight of Cups. Normally that's about people walking away, or to me, sometimes I take it as walking forward toward a new beginning. This is one of those emotional, cups are all about emotion. So somebody's leaving something behind. So we can look for that to happen when this new information comes out. And we have the Page of Pentacles. Some new information coming out about money, about children. We always keep going back to that, guys. About the stability of the children. And because of that, somebody may be walking away. Yeah, some secrets are going to come out next week. Let's see, what else? The Fool. Who's the Fool? You know who the Fool is, in my opinion. Then we have the Nine of Wands, and we have the Nine of Cups in reverse. Okay. What I think for next week, like I said, we're going to find out some information we didn't know about a fool. Now, whoever that is, you guys can just about put two and two together. So we may find out some more information, but whoever this is about, they're going to stand their ground. And I got a feeling that it's going to be somebody really big. I have this Nine of Cups in the reverse, which is about, I would say, some CEO or somebody like that. Somebody big, somebody with some money, that kind of thing. We're going to find out some more information. They're going to be connected. They're going to be connected to Ghislaine and Epps. So we're going to find that out. And guys, when this starts happening, really, because I think it's just going to start happening. Don't be surprised who it is. Don't even think about being surprised. The ballroom. Let's read on the ballroom. We read on the ballroom the other day, and, we figured out that there are some things that they're doing underneath the ballroom. What I want to know, Spirit, is will the ballroom be complete? I want to know about the completion of the ballroom. The completion of the ballroom. I feel like I should be using an ancestral deck or something. talking about the ballroom. Which one is it? Okay, let me get this one. I just feel like since that building has been there for so long that we need to have the ancestors talk to us about that. I'm using the Angel Wisdom Tarot. All right, so Spirit, tell me about the completion of the ballroom that Trump wants to build. Tell me about the completion and how that's going to work. We have the World card to jump out, and of course, that's about this particular card. Well, we know that the World card, I feel like the world is watching to see what's going to happen. It's going to be a big deal, whatever happens with that. It's being watched around the world. What else, Spirit? Wow. Look at this card. It's like it has the White House on it. And with the Rose Garden, though, I am feeling that, yeah, here's the deal. I think that what's going to happen with the White House is that it's not that the ballroom is going to be a big deal. I'm not saying that they won't have a ballroom, but it's not going to be what he's expecting it to be. It's like the Rose Garden and the White House is going to be kind of back to normal in a sense. Now they may do some renovations, but as far as that ballroom goes, I don't think so. Then we have the Queen of Rods. I think there's going to be some kind of balance that's brought to it, okay? Queen of Wands, some woman or women are going to get involved. It's not going to be, I keep looking at this card here, which is telling me that it's going to be something big, but it's going to be more like what it originally looked like. Now, what else do we have? We have the King of Swords. This particular King of Swords is emotionally unavailable. And I feel like that's him or his regime, because like I said, I don't think he's just making these decisions. He's not going to get what he wants. He's not going to get what he wants. We have the Empress. The Empress is going to take action. Again, guys, we're looking at women stepping up. And if you look at the video that I did last night, we talked a lot about the rise of the feminine energy. So, yeah, whatever happens to it is going to be something very creative. They're not just going to leave it in rumbles and shambles like it is right now. But I don't see that ballroom being built like how he thinks that is going to be built. And you know, they were talking about one thing that they talked about too about that ballroom is that that's where the first ladies met, or whatever the first, it was kind of like the first ladies um, part of the White House, or whatever they did in there. I just heard bits and pieces about it. But I feel like the women are going to have a lot of say about putting that back together again. So no, it's not. And the world is watching to see exactly um, what he's doing with it. But I feel like in the end, the women are going to be the proudest about what's happening. I feel like, guys, that women are going to really, now that he has been in office and messed up everything, women are just going to come to the forefront and do what we need to do, you know, to balance things out, the feminine energy. I keep getting that. So, all right, let's see. Yeah, there's a passage to the treasury under the White House. I'm going to pull a card for us, guys, and see what Spirit wants us to know before I leave. Thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate you as I move forward, and hopefully I'll be coming back and be on more than I have been in the past since my injury. That's what I'm looking forward to doing. So we'll see. You guys keep sending me all that good energy. I appreciate it. All right, Spirit, what is it you want us to know? The rose of kiss. There's a pink rose there. The rose of kiss. Let's see what that says. I got a feel. And what's the number on this? This is number 9. I have a feeling that it's all about the women again. And it says, joy, experiencing pleasure, deep satisfaction and enjoyment, desires acknowledged, and 5 sensory realities. So guys, this is all about having joy, feeling happiness, and that kind of thing. So as you move into next week, that's what Spirit wants you to feel. Okay, don't get bogged down in all these things that are going on. All right. Thank you, guys. Yeah, things are about to change. I agree with that. All right. I will see you on the next read. Have a good evening, everyone. Thank you so much.